Hey guys, welcome to Precious Cargo. I'm Precious, and welcome to another week of becoming the version of you that you want to be. All right, I have a ton of stuff I want to talk to y'all about, and I'm comfy cozy. I'm in my PJs. If you're on camera, sorry, not sorry. Hold on, let me shut this door because this house echoes so much, you guys. Like, I'm literally actually thinking about having to convert a separate room into just a podcast recording. Like, no matter where I am in this house, it just echoes so bad. Hold on. Okay. And I'm back and I'm better. I'm back and I'm better. And I'm back and I'm better. And cantata to all of my new listeners. That means nice to meet you. If you're new here, I am learning Spanish. Hold on, let me turn my fireplace off. Okay. Jesus Christ. Gonna do a lot of editing this week, honey. All right. Let me turn. This week on Precious Cargo, we are talking about overcoming obstacles. Yay! We're getting somewhere. We're making progress. We're doing our daily gratitudes. You have read my book from front to cover, Create Your Own Reality. It is available on Amazon. Kindle Unlimited. Okay, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, are you done being a victim yet? Or are you still blaming other people for where you are in your life? That's what I wrote for the intro. I must have been in a real bad mood because I'm not in that mood anymore. Now I'm like, damn, I was mean when I wrote that. Okay, but in all seriousness, are you done being a victim, or do you want to actually start creating your own reality? You can't have both, honey. You can't have both. This week is about overcoming obstacles. The intro was kind of crazy, but what I'm about to say next is even more crazy, a little crazier. Yeah, suffering is a choice. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. I'm so sorry. It gets worse. I have 4 pages. Suffering is a choice. You guys notice how I keep mentioning a choice, right? There's a reason. So I said last week being broke is a choice because it is. Just like being happy is a choice, just like joy is a choice, just like peace is a choice, just like, living a life of luxury is a choice. Everything's a choice, right? Right. I am introducing the concept for my next book. I can't wait. So yeah, you're just getting a little bit of a early little teaser. End of the season, I guess you'll kind of figure out what that is. But for now, this is just some early little info for you. Okay. No, you know what's crazy though about suffering? Have y'all ever noticed that when you're talking to someone too, they literally will try and one up your situation if it's negative? It's so strange, right? Let's say I don't really suffer anymore, so I can't even think of. Okay, let's talk about something random like period cramps, right? So let's say, I used to have endometriosis. I had stage 4 endometriosis, fibroids, ovarian cysts. I had the whole thing. If you're not familiar with my fertility journey, you can watch a little snippet of it on Netflix's Marriage or Mortgage. My episode is episode 3 with my ex-husband. And I talk about my fertility a little bit in there. Anyways, long story short, I had a pretty severe surgery. Oh gosh, about 5 years ago now. And that's actually kind of what started my healing journey and my growth. I give a lot of credit to my twin flame as well. But I don't think he started it. I think he helped catapult it a little bit. That's besides the point. That's besides the point. But yeah, I think that's actually what kind of triggered it and kind of started it. So anyways, if I'm having a conversation with someone and they mention something and I'm just yeah, I had stage 4 endo or whatever. God, then you have to hear about how awful their menstrual cycles are. And well, they go through this many pads and they go through this many tamps and they got to wear this with that. And they got to wear this with girl, shut the fuck up. It's okay just to hear someone. It's so weird. I don't understand it. It's so weird. I don't understand it. I've never understood why people get into these suffering competitions. It's crazy. It's so insane, but they do it. And it's literally there's such an odd obsession with suffering in this world, in this country in particular, especially, when Kanye said slavery was a choice. I don't know if you guys get the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to Probably edit that out because I don't need y'all to come for me. I really don't need those problems. I love a drama-free life, honey. I forgot. I actually had stuff in my notes. Hold on. Overcoming obstacles. Overcoming obstacles. All right. Over the past few months, there was a brief moment where I started to question if I was actually chosen. Things weren't looking ideal, and it seemed to be a state or a series of events happening that triggered me into realizing that I wasn't into alignment. But although I was seemingly out of alignment, everything was still working out perfectly behind the scenes, which is crazy. But it is what it is. That's how everything goes for me, though, ain't it? And so while everything, I forgot what I was writing this about until I got to this point. Okay. Which led me to wonder, what if part of the journey, Peter this time. Go ski. I'm glad I'm recording this early because, Lord, all right. Which led me to wonder, what if part of the journey is to fall down and get back up? What if the overcoming of the obstacles wasn't the destination exactly? What if the actual destination is just continuing to gain new knowledge? You hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's like beating a new level. But with each level that you beat, you're just gaining more information. You're gaining knowledge. You're gaining. And so you're technically not overcoming obstacles. You're just getting smarter. You're just getting wiser. You're just getting better at life. Like you're just getting better at playing the game. You know what I mean? So like maybe we should just take our mindset and switch it from thinking something's blocking you or switch it from thinking that something's in the way and be like, oh, okay. So really what I just need to be doing is overcoming this obstacle. But this obstacle is just to help me be smarter, be my best version of myself. And it's not really an obstacle. It's just like a fun puzzle, you know? I love puzzles. I do puzzles all day long. But also, a lot of people I've noticed don't have a lot of critical thinking skills, which is kind of weird, but I blame technology. Wow, I'm actually going to have to combine like 3 of these together. Okay. So let's reframe our mindset to seeing that the obstacles are the fun part. And obstacles are different for each situation and each person. Certain manifestations will have me feeling like I have like a little bit of imposter syndrome. That's something that I have overcame and something that I have worked on overcoming for quite some time. While others I might not notice there could be any blockage or anything. I think a lot of people they seem to have some sort of money block, but the money block is typically just like a self-love issue. Almost always everything is a self-love issue. If you want to really get down to it, the majority of the things have to do with love. Truly. Almost, if you've ever had a reading with me, you know that like the majority of things are connected to something that has nothing to do with what you actually think they're connected to. It's wild, actually. It's wild how like certain things show up. And like, even though you might think like you're just bad at budgeting money, it could just be that you're just not loving yourself in the way that you need to. And you're just not honoring yourself in the way that you need to. And it is energetically, right? Because everything's energy. It is just energetically showing up as a sad bank account. You know, it has like, listen to how you speak to yourself, for one. If you sit there and tell yourself you're dumb and you're stupid all day, yeah, you got to love yourself. All this, honestly, y'all, I'm so dead ass when I say this. Everything that I preach about, everything that I talk about, everything that I teach about, all comes back to self-love. All of it. All of it. You've got to love yourself. And if you can't love yourself, you got to hate so much about everything in your life that you want to change it. We talked about that before, last week before, I don't remember. So yeah, anyways, are you ready to not be a victim to your circumstances anymore? That's gotta be some sort of something. Gotta be. I break out in a song like I'm like in a freaking musical. It's so weird. Anyways, it's one of my quirks. It's one of the best parts about me. Okay. The important thing to know is either way, it's only a mindset. I apologize if this episode is very hodgepodgey. I have been in some, I don't know if it's the Lunar New Year. I don't know what it is. We're also in eclipse season. I also got my twin flame heavy on my mind right now and it's stressing me out. There's just a lot going on over here. I'm learning a different language. I've got a lot going on. It might seem a little PC, but I need y'all to piece it together. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Today's weekly assignment. Shoot. This is going to be way too short. I'm going to have to combine this with next week And honestly, that's so funny. If you're not on camera, I am in a cream cotton like lounge set. And the episode that I was going to record after this, but I'm actually going to record it in conjunction with this, is I'm wearing that outfit. And I have a story that I wanted to tell y'all about that outfit. So I think actually this is what we're going to do. I'm going to save the weekly assignment and put it with the other weekly assignment. And I am going to tell y'all about this aha moment that I had. I'm going to do this episode backwards. I'm going to do part 2 of whatever that was intro, the overcoming obstacles. We're going to combine that with this. So clear your obstacles. Realize that your obstacles are not really just actual obstacles. They're just fake. They're figments of your imagination. If you haven't read my book, I highly suggest it because I'm going to keep talking about it until you do. Create your own reality. There's a chapter called Limits. This is specifically about overcoming obstacles. So if you have read it, go read it again. If you haven't, go read it for the first time and then read it again and again and again. All right, I'm getting a little too comfortable here. I'm going to tell y'all a story about this outfit that I have on. I have a feeling I'm going to be talking a lot about my twin flame this season just because there's been a lot of stuff going on like in the spiritual realm. And so if you're not on a twin flame journey, or if you don't know anyone that is, I highly advise you look up what it means to be a twin flame so you can understand the fucking bullshit that I deal with 24/7. We're way past the dark night of the soul. We're way past all the other bullshit. We're way past that. We're way past that. So anyways, I had a vision of me in this outfit at his house wearing this outfit, and it was about something. But I had this vision like 3-4 years ago now, right? And so I was like, I always buy the outfits in my dreams and in my visions. I think that it makes them come in faster, right? But I could not find this outfit. I couldn't find it. And I was like, okay, whatever. So one day, I shop on Keens, and one day this outfit popped up in my like email, literally like in my email. So I went and bought it, and literally right after I bought it, he was like at my apartment, and we were just like talking about my book, and I was just like, oh my god, I literally just bought this outfit because I saw it in a dream, and here we are reenacting the same thing I saw in my dream. And he just looked at me like fucking anyway. So I bought this. So that is to say, we are actually going to talk a little bit about visualization. None of it's making sense right now, but it will click once I edit this together to click. Anyways, that's why we were talking about that. Okay. That's so crazy. That man has really, God bless America. You know what really hit me when I was starting my manifestation work, my intentional, conscious manifestation work? It really hit me. And you know that moment when it clicks that you've been doing it wrong? You know, like I had an aha moment the other day. I feel like it's just something that just continuously happens. You're just like, shoot, I'm out of alignment. Let me get back into alignment. Oh, shoot, let me get back. The sooner you get it back, the sooner it gets done, right? Okay, so my aha moment was when, and I think everyone's is different, but mine was when I realized, I think I talked about it last season with shoes. It was when I realized that wanting and having were separate feelings, right? Right? Like when you have something, it feels different than when you want something, you know? So I was like desiring something so bad. This connection, this relationship, this whatever with my twin flame. I was like desiring that so bad. It was something that I just really wanted to have. And I think that when you have that extreme desire is a key indicator that you aren't in the energy, the frequency, or the vibration of it yet. Right? Like when you are longing for something, when you're looking for something, when you're buying something. I'm doing a lot of vacation shopping right now. And so when I'm looking for something, I'm looking for a specific swim cover up. I'm looking for a specific dress. I'm looking for certain things. When you are wanting it, when you are desiring it, you aren't in the frequency or the vibration of having it. You're in the frequency and vibration of lack. Yes. You are in the frequency and vibration of lack, which honestly could be why a lot of people struggle with suffering because they've never felt what it means to have, you know? I think that, yes, we're tying this together. Okay. So I wanted to talk about frequency and I wanted to talk about vibration. So not vibration, frequency, and visualization. Once you know, I kind of did this backwards. That's okay. But once you know, I think I asked y'all to start envisioning what it is that you want, what it is you want to have, what it is you want to see. Gosh, I was going to say something prematurely. Okay. So when I got this outfit, when I was thinking and looking for this outfit, I was in the frequency of not having it. I was in the frequency of being in separation with my twin flame. I was in the frequency of lack and suffering. I do believe that those are the same frequency. They probably vibrate on the same realm. So when I visualized this outfit, I saw this outfit, I bought this outfit, I put the outfit on, I was no longer in the frequency or the feeling of lack. And damn, that was so crazy because literally as soon as I think I'd just taken the tags off and he literally like came over that same day. It was crazy. That was one of the craziest moments of no, it was a crazy moment. They're all kind of crazy moments, but that was crazy. That was wild. Okay. So anyways, visualization. Visualization's my favorite part because it's when I get to pick out all my outfits. You guys know I love to shop. I was made to be a housewife, by the way. I love to talk. I love to shop. I love to spend money. And I love vacation and just like doing random things. I'm literally the perfect housewife, truly. And I like to cook, which is even more. And I'm from the South, so I really like to cook. So yeah, I'm available right now. Anyways, this is fucking hodgepodge. You guys, I am deeply sorry. This is hodgepodge. I am so sorry. I feel bad even presenting this to y'all. I really do, but take what resonates, leave the rest. You guys know those tarot readers on TikTok and they're like, take what resonates, leave the rest. And then they start rambling. That's exactly what I feel like I'm doing right now. And I don't feel like this is very productive, but I'm going to get it out. Anyways, this is when it all clicked for me when I was on. This is also when I realized that I was on. No, that's not when I realized I was on my twin flame journey. Oh, it's all on my fucking mind today, you guys. I am so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Oh, Lord have mercy. That man, poor thing, must be going through some. He is the only thing on my mind today, and it's really stressing me out. If anyone's checked on Daquan lately, send him my deepest whatever. Bless his heart. Someone send him an edible arrangement for me. That's my twin flame's name, by the way. If he wants me to take it down, he can sue me. All right. Fuck the book. Fuck the notebook. Fuck the bullshit. All right. We're overcoming obstacles. We're raising our frequency. Fuck, I can't focus today. I can't even focus. That's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Trying to work here, buddy. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to take a little because just had to take a little break. Just a little breather. Okay. Overcoming obstacles. It's a little difficult right now for me to talk about obstacles because I don't experience them anymore. So I can't even truly relate. Like I can't relate. Like I'm really trying to because I'm also kind of stuck on this part of my book right now. If y'all knew all the things that I overcame, but I don't consider those obstacles. I think it really just does come down to your mindset. It does. I don't view anything that happens to me as bad or anything that happens as bad. I'll always view everything as like a learning experience or like a puzzle that needs to be worked or just something. It's like there's a reason for everything. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens the way that it's supposed to. Do I think some things can be avoided? Sure. Do I think most things could be avoided? Absolutely. Do I think people create their own obstacles? 100 fucking percent. 100 fucking percent. But yeah, I truly, truly, truly just do not think obstacles are even obstacles anymore. And really, you guys, you got to get to the point where in your mind, your tire getting flat was protection, where such and such happening was redirection, where so-and-so's life blowing up after you was their karma. You just got to get to a point where everything is working out for you. I remember I was talking to Elliot and he had just lost one of his earrings or something, or he left it in the gym or it fell out in the gym or something. And he was like, I used to always think, he called me, it was so cute. He was left me a voice note and he was like, I used to always think that Elliot's one of my friends from college, by the way. He was like, I used to always think that you saying everything always works out for me. I always get what I want 1,000 times a day was overkill. He was like, until I couldn't find my earring and I was panicking. It was like a diamond studded earring. It's beautiful. And he was like, I couldn't find my earring. He was like, and then on my way back to the gym, he was like, everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. I always get what I want. Everything always works out for me. I always get what I want. And by golly, was his earring not still there, honey? And he lives in I don't want to say it's a rough area, but he lives in a heavy, a city area, like a city thing. And so, you just never know when you're in like a major city, like theft is just everywhere anyways, but especially in like those areas. So yeah, his earring was still there and he was like, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome. And now I'm going to start charging people. That's when I realized I was going to be a coach in that moment. It's like, you know what? You're fucking welcome. And it'll be $1,500. But seriously, you got to get to that point. You got to get to the point where everything always works out for you. You always get what you want. And so you got to get to the point where obstacles aren't obstacles. I truly, you guys, I'm not even kidding you. I wrote out 5 pages for 3 different episodes. And I have gone through all 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 6 pages. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 6 pages for 3 different episodes. And I've already gone through all 3 of them, all 6 of them, because I can't even think of an example to give you guys about an obstacle, because none of these things are obstacles anymore to me. And you really got to get to the point where something happening is not an obstacle. Like y'all, like I really like, even just now, I had to stop and take a moment and just like a little breather because, I don't want to keep talking about it, but this damn journey that I'm on right now, there's some stuff that's happened and it's getting to the point where I hate to say I told you so. But, when a psychic says something, seer says something, when a mystic says something, when a prophet says something, you listen. And when you don't listen, people have been trying to tell you, just like everyone's like on social media right now apologizing to conspiracy theorists. It's like, yeah, we fucking told you. So anyways, long story short, short story longer, long story short, short story long. Whatever. Long story short, I also was fumbling all over my Spanish lesson today too. So it's not just y'all. It's just one of those weeks, I suppose. Happy Lunar New Year, by the way. Happy Solar Eclipse season, by the way. Happy Ramadan. Let me get to, I'm just going to give you your task. Okay. I'm just going to give you your task and we're just going to stop it at that because this is a mess. All right. So what I want you to do is start writing your gratitudes in present or past tense, regardless of if you visibly see it or not. It doesn't matter, and do it before bed. And I want you to notice or observe when obstacles, I'm doing air quotes, when obstacles or things you perceive to be obstacles show up, I want you to write that down. Write down the moment that you feel like that's an obstacle or something's a challenge. And then I want you to ask yourself if it's actually an obstacle or if it's a limiting belief. I want you to ask yourself, is this really a challenge or is this just a limiting belief? We can work through limiting beliefs. Challenges, we got to get, or obstacles, we got to get bulldozers and shit. We got to get all this other stuff. It's just too much, It's probably just a limiting belief. Obstacles, an obstacle is legit like a hole in the fucking ground preventing you from getting somewhere. That's an obstacle. A limiting belief, that's nothing. That's nothing. And then I want you to write it out in your gratitude journal as a statement. And I want you to say, thank you for showing me in this area that I need to grow in, or I'm grateful for this opportunity to grow. And that is how we expand. That is how we also raise our frequency in addition to eliminating those obstacles. And I'm going to get rid of a certain belief, and I'm going to manifest positivity back into my twin flame journey because this is a mess. Once again, I got to clean it up. Anyways, that is all I have for this week. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. My brain I need a vacation. 2 more months. Taking a vacation 2 months. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I love you and I hope you have a great week. Bye.